Yeah. We up in here, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Geek Culture Congress. I'm one of your hosts, always, Louis Speedy Jr. Gonzalez, accompanied by my good friend, Mr. Tarek Lewis, actor and comedian extraordinaire himself. How you doing, sir? And writer, by the way.
And writer, currently watching over my fantasy football team, but I'm here with you in spirit, in person.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we have Joey Franchise is in the building, and he's figuring out his settings there. So before I bring him on the show, let's wait till he looks good there.
Oh, let me just make sure that y'all see what I'm.
Yeah, what is that? Is that coffee?
What I'm drinking? No, this is water. This is just
okay.
water.
Oh, yeah.
I'll make sure everybody sees. 4-1 New York Giants.
Yes, sir.
Out here representing.
Yes, sir. I'm excited, man. Excited for the whole for the future of the Jets. The Jets whooped on the Dolphins.
The Jets did, yeah. Who saw that coming?
Yeah.
But we're a geek thing. We're not supposed to be talking about athletics because no one who watches this show is athletic, apparently.
No, yeah, not me, certainly. But Mr. Joey Franchise, he's athletic. How you doing, sir? Welcome to the show.
I'm pretty athletic. Yeah.
Yeah,
he's sporty. Man. Sporty rich.
Sporty.
Yeah. I could probably give you 10 minutes on a basketball court.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
By the way, since you're talking about athletics, years ago, Speedy punched me the way that Draymond Green did.
No, I didn't.
And we never talked about it. I was just waiting for the footage to come out.
Don't start that rumor.
And now that this is going on, like, people can see you for who you are, Speedy.
Don't start them falsities, bro. False stories. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into what we're here for, ladies and gentlemen. All things geek. It's been a busy week. We got to talk that. Joey, he doesn't like me calling the show Hot D. That's my acronym, bro. Hot D.
I'm not a fan either.
Oh, by the way, in my defense, a lot of other shows and YouTube channels also call it Hot D. Okay.
Right. This is a chance for you to stand out, Speedy.
Yeah,
and do something different. Like,
you had one moment and one opportunity to stand out. This is it.
Ladies and gentlemen, House of the Dragon. We are on. This is the 7th episode, right?
I think it's 8th. I haven't watched it yet. I literally just caught up on everything up to 7. Nice. But man, it's been intense, and I mean, y'all can spoil it right now, like, cause I'm enjoying every minute of it.
Because you never really you've been off the show for a little while, so go ahead, give us your whole everything that you watch right now for House of the Dragon. Just give us like your whole how you feel about the whole show, the whole plot right now, where you're at right now. Your whole take on everything. Go ahead.
Bro, it's juicy, bro. It's giving me Game of Thrones vibes. They're picking up right, where they left off, and definitely giving off a lot of Game of Thrones fan service. That we were kind of skeptical about. I mean, obviously the Targaryen house is one of the most popular houses within the the whole Game of Thrones saga or series. So for them to do what they're doing now and just kind of giving us those old school vibes and those hints of like characters and houses that we will see later on,
right?
Picking up where Game of Thrones, to get to the Game of Thrones timeline, is dope. I really enjoy Daemon Targaryen, man. That boy's a savage. Yeah, Rhaenyra's pretty.
Oh, you just wait till you catch up, baby. Just wait till you catch up.
Allison, I know he does something pretty crazy in this next episode.
There was a quick fade in the newest episode. That's all I gotta say.
I love it. I'm super hyped for it. I think they're doing a great job.
Like literally, it was like, oh, green light, okay, boom. Like that.
He's been wanting smoke since the beginning.
So
he wants smoke. He ready for smoke with anybody.
Yeah. It was dope. It was the whole show. Man, the whole show was really good.
Joey? Can you compare it to Game of Thrones, as in like excitement level for this first season so far versus where you were may have been with Game of Thrones in the first season?
Excitement level. I mean. The excitement level wasn't as crazy as Game of Thrones, but it's definitely been grabbing my attention as of late. I think what kind of fucked me up a little bit was the time jumps.
Yeah.
you know, that was kind of tricky. But now they're like, you know, now the pace is starting to get better. We're getting more of Damien because I think he's becoming more of the fan favorite amongst the show. I think he really carries the show. So to get more of that, and you know, hearing and looking on Twitter and seeing, you know, what his, you know, position was in this new episode, I mean, it's only up.
That's dope, man. I really like the show the way it's going right now. Tarek, without spoiling it for Joe.
And we're getting a lot of dragons.
Yes,
a lot of dragons.
Lots.
Buku dragons, dude.
I love it.
You're gonna get a
more
lot more.
dragons.
Yeah.
They normalize dragons.
Yes.
They do.
Like it's kind of like, okay, well, there's a dragon. And, like there's like defensive prepared for dragons, and like, oh, we know we have to fight dragons if we're fighting them. Yeah.
Tarek, how you feel about the most recent episodes since without spoiling it for Mr. Joy franchise?
They just keep ramping up
Yeah.
the excitement level for me. Like it feels like every week I'm more and more into the story.
Yeah.
And into the characters. And these little punk ass kids, I thought that I would like be annoyed by them. And more I'm kind of like, no, I want to see them. I want to see them grow. The time jumps do throw you off a little bit. And I have to honestly stay on Google when I'm watching and be like, okay, who is that? And some of the names start to sound the same, like Lucerys,
yeah,
Jace, Jacaerys. Like it's like, yo, what's going on? But after you get past that, it's thrills and excitement. It's very much. It reminds me of like WWE Raw, like when it was at its height, when it was like the Generation X and like the Nation of Domination and you know all these other little crews. It's very much like that, man, and seeing they're speeding through character development, but they're speeding through it in a great way. And the whole idea that they're a family, it's dope. Like seeing the children like beef with each other without spoiling, like the rivalry between the cousins and nephews and uncles, and you know, that's dope to me. So that's been great, and it gets better every week.
Okay, that's dope. I really enjoyed this. I didn't think I was gonna like this. I didn't watch it Sunday. I watched it literally a little while ago. I finished it, and I was like, oh, and my whole reasoning was, it's just gonna be more of more drama, more build up to a big climax, whatever. But I got back into the episode, and I was like, man, it's just really well done, man. All the acting, like if somebody doesn't win an award for one of these actors doesn't win an award this season, this award season, there's something wrong, man. Because they're just really compelling.
It's got to be Damon. If anyone wins, it's got to be Damon.
Yeah.
Or the even dude who plays Damon.
The gentleman who plays the king too. I mean, he's just going through them.
Yeah, he's very.
Yeah, he's very good.
And he was in Morbius.
Yeah, he was.
Damon wasn't more. He was terrible in Morbius. Morbius was terrible.
I think that's why. I think that's why he doubled down in this. He's like, oh, we're gonna make up for Morbius.
Well, he was also in The Crown, so he's shown himself to be a good actor.
Very well. Let's talk about. We want to get into guys. We want to get into She-Hulk, the Daredevil episode. Spoiler alert.
We could,
or we want to talk about Werewolf by Night. Werewolf by Night. Did you guys catch
I'd rather go with the bad than go good.
Yeah, right. So let's go with She-Hulk.
She-Hulk's
the bad, right?
let's trash this episode.
First off, before you guys throw it through the gutter, I did enjoy it for what it was. I did. I had low expectations. Okay, I admit it. I had low expectations. I thought I was gonna hate it, and I didn't completely hate it. It wasn't like wow, great, or it was okay. I like the show in general, and I'm okay with the episode. That's all I'll say about it right now, without spoiling anything.
We should just spoil it.
We're gonna spoil it.
We're gonna spoil it. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you feel like you want to chime in the comments there, by all means, be a part of the show. That's what Geek Culture Congress is all about. Tell us what you feel about anything geek. We're talking about House of the Dragon, She-Hulk, Werewolf by Night, and anything else that's happening. Spoilers or whatever breaking news that we got. There's a couple things that we'll talk about when we're done with the Marvel stuff. She-Hulk episode is 8. Right? 7? 8?
Yeah.
7?
8.
8. The Daredevil episode. We finally got it, ladies and gentlemen. And Tarek, how you feel about it?
I My initial thought was that this is one of the worst episodes of television I've ever seen.
Wow.
That was one of my initial thoughts, and then
Yeah.
I softened as time passed.
Okay.
But definitely the worst episode of this season,
Wow.
and maybe the
Okay.
worst episode I've seen in the Disney series. It
Wow.
was so corny
It was corny.
and so contrived
It was
and
contrived.
so not genuine to the character Daredevil, especially after we have seen him in 3 seasons of his own show, and to intertwine and say this is the same Daredevil. It was so like it was trying to plug She-Hulk,
Mm-hmm.
which I like the She-Hulk world.
Right.
I've been pretty soft and happy with the show, but plugging Daredevil into there diminished his character, and I'm highly concerned about what they're going to do with the character of Daredevil going forward, based on what they did in this episode. It wasn't funny to me.
Damn.
It wasn't.
I had some chuckle moments. Whatever. I guess. I don't know.
I didn't. I thought it was all corny and contrived, and it wasn't funny.
I don't know. Maybe I was in a corny humor mood. Maybe I was just in a good mood. General. Anything else? Any other notes about the show besides throwing it through the gutter and throwing it in the trash?
I liked the show until this episode.
Okay. All
I
right.
feel like this whole show and this whole thing was to introduce Daredevil and then
Right.
quickly make him a love interest for She-Hulk to tie her into bigger things, and it was a trash episode to me.
Okay. Fair enough. Derek. Mr. Joy franchise. I know you have some strong opinions about the recent She-Hulk episode with Daredevil. Go ahead and let everybody know how you feel, my friend.
Man, I literally was trying to get my thoughts together while Tarek was talking, because man, there's so much wrong with this series, in my opinion. Like, I like kind of sometimes the lightheartedness, of the character. I do think Tatiana Maslany is doing a good job playing the role. I just think what's being written is
Right.
is terrible storytelling. Like, I think it starts back to for me, the Meg Thee Stallion episode is where you lost me.
Yeah, that was kind of like a real. That was like, I don't know if this is for me. When that was
that episode more so helped Meg Thee Stallion than it helped the She-Hulk brand. So then you fast forward to, man, and you like see the tone for Abomination, dog. Blonsky, like, it's super like,
yeah, it's like
it's super.
Like he was trying to rip off the Hulk's head the last time we saw him.
Yeah,
It's like,
and now it's like bubblegum stuff, man. And then you see some of these characters coming out of nowhere. Like, you get the Man Bull, and you get the Blade references, but it's like, but where are these people coming from? Like, how are you describing? How you just gonna drop a vampire in the middle of the MCU? We ain't got no explanation of how even vampires even exist here in the first place. Man Bull, oh, I'm an experiment.
It's just kind of like, oh, we're gonna do this. Here's a little Easter egg for you. We're gonna do this one day.
Like, why y'all just throwing stuff in there? Like, the thing about Marvel that's always been successful is the storytelling, and you felt like these people could actually exist among us. You know what I mean? Now it's just really starting to look like a comic book, which is obviously it sounds kind of weird me saying that, because I mean, these are based off of comics anyways.
Right.
But there's no there's no realness to this.
Yeah.
Like, there's no one thing about Christian Bale Batmans or the Christopher Nolan Batmans is like, you felt like Batman existed in that universe. When Iron Man and the core Avengers came out for the first time, like, you felt like these guys, they be out here saving the world, like right here. They can do it right here.
Yeah.
So I think with She-Hulk, man, it's just become very cartoony, and seeing what they did to Charlie Cox's Daredevil, I mean, it wasn't bad, but it was bad. It was definitely diet Daredevil. It's definitely the diet version of the Netflix series.
It was definitely
I mean, and then you make him have a walk of shame at the end. Like, why you like Daredevil's a hardcore character, dog? You got taking a walk of shame after he smashes She-Hulk. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it was just, like, I think that's what blew me away too. Like, the leapfrog shit was kind of corny to me also. Like,
yeah, I think that was supposed to be fun. That was supposed to be corny by design.
They've had every opportunity towards the end of certain episodes to get serious and really be like, all right, now she's really about to, she's about to being the shit now.
Right.
You know, this intelligentsia, you need to speed that story up because you teased it
Yeah,
like 3
I did
episodes
like
ago.
so that would have been the highlight of the episode for me, and I appreciated the end of it.
Yeah.
Like they took their shot at her. You know, they got her mad. They got her to act out in public and ruin her image. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
like
now they
that,
brought,
and
I like that they
that's
brought the
more
Savage Hulk,
of the
Savage She-Hulk.
Savage Hulk. You know, that I'm used to reading in the comic books. You know what I mean? She lets her anger get the best of herself. You know.
Yeah, and I hope like they really turn it around, man, because I know
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I wouldn't say it's hard for Marvel with the series, but I feel like these series all have like the same kind of tone, like as they're leading up to
Right.
like the climactic final episode. And it's like some of these throwaway episodes
That's
just
it. We
kind of
only
be
got one
like,
more, right?
bro, I mean, yeah. But here's my thing now is just like, I mean, I know we're gonna get into it, but like stuff like Werewolf by Night, something successful and you could tell a whole story in an hour and still want more. And I think needs to rethink how they kind of retool these prolonging these joints like 9 episodes. I don't think you need 9 episodes to kind of tell a story really.
Yeah, they could have tightened this up. I think.
Yeah, I think you could have did 4. You know what I mean? At the most 3. You do hour
Especially
long.
like the wedding episode. Like we didn't need that.
Yeah, we didn't need that. Like you do a good hour long episode for each one. So
Mm-hmm.
depending on how you want to tell the story, how big the character is, what the interest is, amongst your audience,
Right.
like tell that story in an hour and then break it up into 3 pieces. Man, you got 3 hour, you got 3 hour content, whatever. But I understand Disney's a cash cow and they're gonna, they
Yeah,
pretty much print their own money at this point
it
and they
is what
just
it
want
is.
more of it. So let's keep pumping out episodes, and even
Yeah.
if it's kind of bullshit, whatever. We got your money, we got your views.
Dang. Strong statement. Pow at the end.
Now,
For the franchise.
listen, everything is they're stretching it out in
Right.
order to get ready for the next show that they're going to come out with to be ready in time. I think, and I think that they did themselves a great disservice by the way they depict Daredevil for people who were loyal fans of what Daredevil was before.
Mm.
And this is coming on the heels of seeing Deadpool say Wolverine's going to be in the film. The next Deadpool. Now I'm concerned of what are you going to do with Deadpool? Like, if you watered down Daredevil this much, what are you going to do with Deadpool? And I think we need to be upset about it if we don't like it, because we know that Disney Marvel listens to what people say on social media, and they adjust. So we need to not just say, well, I trust them. We need to say, like, no, we really don't like that. We want Daredevil to be this and that. And there's a good chance that they might change it. But
Yeah.
it was not a dope debut.
It was okay. Yes. I guess I'm just I was already been synthesized, or not synthesized. The word I'm looking for is trained
Desensitized?
to expect that theme, the theme that the episode was. You know what I mean? That's why I kind of like accepted.
Imagine if they would have done
that.
that. If they would have done that to Punisher.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Punisher, the way they did Daredevil lets me know the Punisher can never fit in She-Hulk.
Yeah, no.
He can never fit in She-Hulk.
No, definitely not.
So it's cool that she's. It's just there's been I want to call them misses, but She-Hulk out of these last 3 between Moon, Miss Marvel, and She-Hulk, I probably like She-Hulk the most until this last episode. But none of them have hit it out of the park
Okay, fair enough.
on the past 3 series.
Fair enough.
And in the past, the Doctor Strange didn't hit it out of the park as a movie.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. Fair enough. Check it out, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't watched it yet, we have to re-spoil it for you. And catch up on everything tomorrow. Right now, let's get into the surprise of the week, huh? Werewolf by Night, a Marvel special. What was your immediate reaction to the show? Whoever wants to chime in first, Joey or Tarek, by all means.
Man, I thought it was awesome, man. I
Yeah?
really thoroughly enjoyed it. I didn't know what to think when they made that announcement or when they were gonna actually drop it, because
Yeah, it kind of like dropped like by surprise. Yeah, I didn't even see a
Yeah.
date or release date or anything.
Nothing for I mean, we always knew through like the grapevine that it was about to come out in Halloween, but I wasn't sure if it was this Halloween or what, because there wasn't really
We're everything early. We're
promoting
not
it.
even close to Halloween week yet. It's only the
And
10th.
and it's what's crazy is in such a short time to really promote this special presentation.
Mm-hmm.
It's the most viewed content on Disney Plus right now. So and it scored a what? It scored a 99, a perfect score on Rotten Tomatoes, and it was crazy because it was short, it was sweet, it was suspenseful. The action was
unique. It was very creative, something different, connected but creative and different.
Yeah, visually it looked great. The fight scenes was out of control. I thought like seeing him in action was on point. You got some blood and gore, and it's crazy because Marvel got away with like, you know, that tone, and you know, it really kind of threw fans back because like, oh shit, like Marvel, y'all, you know, Disney, y'all shedding blood out here, y'all going dark. So, and it's cool they got away with it because with the black and white, when you go black and white, you can splatter blood all over the place.
Yeah.
So, I thought it was really good, smart move on Marvel and Disney for that because, bro, like I think prior to Werewolf by Night, it's somebody, you know, it's funny. I forgot where I was watching, what blog I was watching. I think it was on Barstool. I was watching a Barstool podcast, and one of the guys on there, forgive me, I forgot who it was, but he put it into perspective and said, "Man, ever since Endgame, Marvel's been MCU has just been The Office without Michael Scott."
Wow.
It's cool. It's cool to watch. It's cool to watch. You got familiar characters in there, but the way you say Robert California can only take you so far.
Yeah.
Dang.
So that was that. So shout out to homie on Barstool Sports who said that because man, he hit on the nose. But Werewolf by Night definitely was a nice little pick me up.
How you feel about Werewolf by Night, Turk?
I was more past pleasantly surprised. I thought it was great. Like I watched it and I almost wanted to watch it again just to make sure I didn't miss anything. But I'm definitely like hyped for the next one. I'm not that familiar with the storyline. I know the storyline had happened in the Marvel comics. I know there was a thing, but the performances, the intrigue, the action, everything Joey said, I completely agree. And it's got me looking very much forward to like what's going to happen in this one. I think it had like the perfect blend of like the action, the intrigue, and the humor. And again, the idea of putting the colors on at the end when she was sitting in her jacket was a brilliant thing. It just made it more like real. Great setup first episode. I thought it was dope.
Well, I think definitely probably an only episode, right? Just one shot. It's a one shot and that's it, you know?
Yeah. Oh, is it just one shot?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, so it's not a series?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No. I think it's just this one-time special. Oh, I guess if it does well, I guess they might do more, you know?
I wonder where it lands in the timeline.
So who knows what they do with time, yeah. I was pleasantly surprised by it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the way, and spoiler alert, ladies and gentlemen, we're spoiling Werewolf by Night. You know, figured it out by now.
Somebody turns into a werewolf, just so you guys know.
Yeah, definitely that. And I definitely enjoyed the first look at the MCU Man Thing. And we've talked about the Man Thing many times in the show. Wrong. I've come up with wrong theories. But we finally got the real Man Thing. And I really enjoyed it. It's very well done, Ted. His character is very well done in the show. Is exactly if you read any comic books of what Man Thing, the demeanor is the same. Like he's just like you know, he doesn't like people. He doesn't like anybody messing with people who's friends. You know what I mean? And he gets mad and he disintegrates people. But that's about it. You know, that's the Man Thing right there. You know, it was good introduction. I liked all the characters that they introduced. The storyline was great. Alyssa Bloodstone was great. The whole Bloodstone storyline was great. The werewolf introduction was great. I was kind of like maybe because of the black and white, I was trying to figure out the look of of werewolf, you know, the final look of the werewolf, and it looked like they made him look like more the 70s style Werewolf by Night than the new style. Like he looks more silver and more, you know, wolfing, you know. But
Speedy, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. the way the werewolf looks he looks more like the '70s version. You know, the brown version, where the newer comic books, he's more silver and more like.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But I like the look. I like the look.
He's more wolfy.
Wolfy. Werewolf by Night, ladies and gentlemen. Go check it out. We highly recommend it here on the show, guys. So all three of us, okay? I think there is I guess this is also spoiler alert version. We're gonna touch our favorite subject. DC EU, yeah. Some spoilers have hit the internet. And this actually according to
And The Rock spoiled it himself.
The Rock spoiled it himself.
Yeah, The Rock.
It's not. I guess it's not a secret because I guess people have been reviewing it, and some people already hit the internet and talked about it or whatever. And ladies and gentlemen, is looking apparently like Henry Cavill is returning as Superman, and he does have a cameo, and the post-credit scene, or maybe at the end of the movie, and
I heard it was the
Black
third
Adam
act.
movie. Yeah. It has not been confirmed by normal sources, but it seems like it is a legit thing. It's happening. How you guys feel about that? You think Henry Cavill's gonna have another shot at a Man of Steel 2, or you think it's just a little Easter egg?
No, this is a setup trying to, pick up the pieces that was of Justice League, the non-Snyder cut version. This is them. They're still playing ball with the original DCU outline that they had. This is the movie that really tests, where DCEU can go next, and is there a place for Superman? Do you recast him? Do you keep him? But
Right.
Everybody holds Henry Cavill near and dear to their heart, as they should. I thought he was great. I think this is a good sign. It's a very good sign. It's good for the movie. It's good to bring energy back to a universe that has been very lackluster. And I'm hoping Black Adam does really well, so that way we can see the potential sequel, which would possibly be Black Adam vs. Superman.
Yeah. What do you think, Derek? You think Rock flexed his muscles there and made it happen?
Yeah, I saw an interview with him, and he basically was like, you want to see the most powerful people? Like, Black Adam believes he's the most powerful person on the planet. Right. And he would legitimately want to face the other most powerful person on the planet. And he's like, so I'll leave it at that. And I'm like, yes, I like it. I like that The Rock is behind this. Yeah. That he's like, I want this to happen. Because sometimes the fans of something know better than the executives. Most of the time, I would say. And it's what we saw with Deadpool, what we see even with Kevin Feige with the whole MCU. And I forgot his name. I can't believe I kept forgetting his name, who did the original Iron Man. Mm-hmm. And he did some of the. Who's that?
Robert Downey.
Robert Downey, but the director.
Jon Favreau.
Jon Favreau. Like, we see what happens when fans are behind a project. When Jon Favreau's behind Iron Man, we see what it turns out to. When he's behind Star Wars, which he's big into, we see what it turns into. I think it's becoming, even though the movies weren't as popular, it's becoming hard to separate Henry Cavill from Superman, to me. Like, Definitely. To me, he's Superman. I won't say Ben Affleck is Batman, but to me, Henry Cavill is Superman. It's Christopher Reeve and Henry Cavill. And then you can throw Dean Cain in there if you want to. But like wow. those two are Superman. And I guess George, the other guy, George, back in the 50s. But I think Rock has the star power to pull somebody like that back into the universe. I think all the firings and reshoots at Discovery / DC, people think that's turmoil, but I think that's an opportunity to rework. I know some people are like, oh, Batwoman's going away, and they shelve these things. I think they shelve what were going to be bad films. Batgirl, I'm sorry. Yeah, I think they shelve what were going to be bad things. I think they're trying to unify. So I think it's dope that The Rock can say that and put that out. And I think he has so much star power that he can go sit in Henry Cavill's den or living room and say, "Man, come back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure at least for this. I'm gonna make sure."
Make sure to take care of you. Yeah.
I think it's what happened with Ryan Reynolds.
I kind of felt that Henry Cavill was going to be in the movie when they took that picture together and posted it on IG.
Right.
And that was already kind of the hint there. But yeah, Tarek hit it on the nose, man. That's where Rock's WWE skills come into play because he could promote the hell out of a movie and just talk something up and really, sell, what he's doing. The best part about it, like Tarek said, man, is just that, he's into it. It's very reminiscent of Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool and, these actors, they just fall in love with these characters, man, and it just makes it that much easy to, go out to the movies and take my money.
That's damn right. Yep. And we'll be getting a review right here, ladies and gentlemen, a review for Black Adam. Michaela's gonna go watch it next week, and we'll have the review before it's out in movie theaters up here on at least on the audio feed of the podcast. Make sure you follow the audio feed, Geek Culture Congress podcast. And Tarek, you're gonna go check out Halloween Ends.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. This motherfucker has to be 722 years old.
Yo. I'm lost. I'm lost in that timeline.
The whole lore and everything. Yeah.
Because
I think it starts from one of these new recent ones. So like the other stuff is like whatever.
Wasn't
a
it
lot of people.
Halloween Resurrection? He killed Jamie Lee Curtis.
I believe so.
Good question.
He killed Jamie Lee Curtis in Resurrection. She comes back in the Halloween and Halloween Kills.
Maybe she's a demon, bro.
I'm confused. I'm really lost in this. I was literally trying to like find a YouTube where they can break it down and kind of explain this entire thing to me, man. It's too. Yeah, shout out to Barry Hayward. Way too many Halloweens.
He's like, yo, this is.
And yo, this is supposed to be the movie where Mike Myers dies or gets unmasked or something. Yeah. And I'm not convinced that he's gonna die in this movie.
Yeah.
I don't think Halloween is ever gonna end.
Yeah, no, it's still her. It's Laurie Strode in this movie too. Yeah. So I don't know how this is gonna work. But listen, I'm gonna give an objective view. It's Halloween season. Mm-hmm. I'm happy to go see this film. But it's like watching somebody fight their grandfather. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here for go kick my grandfather's ass.
Yo, so I saw the last one. The last one was very underwhelming.
Oh, yes. Okay. Thanks for raising the bar for Tarek there.
But the one before that was solid. Like I thought it was okay.
Okay.
But the Halloween Kills was very underwhelming.
I watched Halloween Kills, and I'm like, yo, what am I watching? Yeah. And the fact that they're coming out this like a year later, I've already filmed this or something, they just backlogged. But, wow. So, hey man, if it's dope, I'm gonna give it a dope review. And you gotta scale it. You gotta scale it for a horror film. Like you gotta say, okay, this is a horror film. I think I had a post last year. How come?
My man Barry says if he doesn't die at Crystal Lake, then it isn't real.
It's real, right?
This is true.
Like he's just gonna die of gout. Like at some point, the gout's gonna get him, and he's off. It's like, give me my heart medication, Lori. He's like, nope. A horror film I'm interested in seeing that did a great press run is Smile.
They did a really good press run.
Have you guys watched that?
No, I have not seen it.
No, none of you. Okay.
No, I've not seen it. It's only in theaters, so I gotta go.
Crazy.
Yeah.
They were posted up at like baseball games,
soccer matches.
It was crazy.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to Smile. It's a really weird place for theater releases because every time there's a theater release, I always look to see if maybe they're going to possibly release it the same time or a week later on Prime or digital, and I could just
sit at home and watch it.
Yeah, and I know it's not a topic, but like Woman King, I haven't seen Woman King yet. Mm-hmm. I only want to see Woman King in the theater.
Okay.
But Smile is on. I might watch Smile at the house.
I'm sure it'll be up there soon.
Yeah.
It'll be up there soon. Last thing I have to talk about here on the show is actually a toy leak. Kind of a small toy leak. Take it with a grain of salt, I guess. Toy leak.
Is it
Apparently,
Lego? Lego always does.
no,
Oh,
it's a pop
oh,
one, and I wish
Yeah, right.
it's a pop. It's a pop leak, and I wish Michaela was here to help us out with this one.
Pop leaks, they're legit.
Yeah.
Pop leaks are
Yeah.
legit.
So let's let me see if I can pull up an image here before I.
What's it
I'm
for?
unprepared. It's for Wakanda Forever.
Okay, yeah. Is
Yeah.
it the suit? I saw the one with the suit.
It is.
But we saw the suit in the trailer.
Black Panther.
Yeah, and so some people thought that like maybe there's more than one suit and there's gonna be a bunch of Black Panthers. I was like,
There you go.
why?
So you hit it on the head right there, Mr. Tarek Lewis. Thank you very much.
Did I hit it on the head?
You
Okay.
did, you did. So, how do we feel? Do we feel like we're gonna get a whole bunch of Black Panthers? You think that's the route they're gonna go?
They better not.
The Team Black Panther, the Black Panther
yeah.
Avengers.
I hope not. Just keep it Shuri and call it a day.
Yeah.
I mean that was comic book accurate. I think when you throw all Black Panthers at once, I mean, you can do that with Spider-Man and get away. Like you can't do that with you just did that with Spider-Man. Why would you do that in Black Panther?
Right.
If it's like vibranium suits and not necessarily the Black Panther powers, okay. If we're clearly going to see Ironheart, if it's like, hey, everyone's got like the Shuri little things on her arms,
Right.
and that expands to something else, I'm okay with it. But I don't want to see a bunch of Black Panthers from me.
I saw the picture of all the pops. It doesn't even say Wakanda Forever on it. It just says Black Panther, which was kind of like a red flag for me.
Well, they were. I've seen like sometimes I'll wander into the toy aisle in Target, and they're doing like Black Panther merch, like the original T'Challa's Black Panther merch. Like some of the toys have resurfaced again. The claws, a lot of the merch that were probably around when the first movie came out, because I haven't really seen too much on Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't even.
Joey, you don't have to be ashamed by looking at the toys in Target either, Joey. So it's okay. It's part of it. It's okay, man. It's part of your job now. Like, you have a geek culture show that you're on. You can go look at those toys.
Yeah. Come on, baby. I can't find the image right now, but anyway, it was an image of a bunch of Walmart exclusive pops, and they were all Black Panther, but all the characters from Black Panther all had like Black Panther-ish looking outfits on. So
I mean, it may be part of the plot. I don't know. Which clearly Shuri is going to be the Black Panther for the time being.
Or at least the beginning of the movie.
I'm thinking towards the end.
They shared an image of a female dressed in the Black Panther.
Yeah, she has to don it. It would be, even though I kind of want someone else's Black Panther, it would be a disservice to not have her be Black Panther, at least for a little bit.
All right, I found the image, by the way, and I'll share it with you.
Put it that way.
Let's see here.
Boom. They're fighting mermaids.
They're fighting mermaids. That's hilarious.
That's it right here. You can see M'Baku, and they got Shuri.
Those are the ones where it's like got all the designs all over it.
Right. Yeah. So that's the one. That's what they're saying. They're saying that those are the Black Panther outfits for each character.
Maybe just war paint also on them. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe they give them all a suit. Listen, M'Baku was supposed to be a villain at some point.
Yeah, he's man-ape in the comics.
Yeah.
Barry says they're fighting mermaids. It's gonna be epic, girl.
Yeah.
Merman.
Mermaids. Mer people.
Mermaid. It's not from Atlantis, by the way. They gave it another.
This is not Handmaid's Tale. These are mer women with mer rights. I think. Listen, I'm trusting Ryan Coogler. He's gonna go down as one of these great. I brought up Kevin Feige and Jon Favreau. Ryan Coogler's gonna go in that little pool of like these great directors who have great vision. So for what they do,
I think if he hits it out the park again with this one, that he's probably going to get a look for one of the Avenger movies to direct that.
Oh, yeah, that'd be dope.
He definitely should.
I can't find.
Although I think at this point we're looking at the Avengers being like She-Hulk, Swordsman, Echo. We're looking at like some very weak Avengers, but it'll be Avengers nonetheless.
That'll be the West Coast Avengers.
The West Coast Avengers, yeah.
The B team.
Yeah. Listen, man, it's going to be hard. I don't want to put too many expectations on this, but it's going to
be
for Black Panther. Disappointing for Wakanda Forever. It's either going to be massively disappointing because of the hype, or it's going to meet the hype, and the hype is high, so high that means it's great. So, trailers. I've never been this excited about trailers. Put it that way. From that film. Now I don't want any more. Like
I don't want no more. No, I don't want another one.
Yeah. Don't reveal anything else about this film.
No. I like where they're at. I like seeing what where. I mean, it's not called Atlantis, I guess, in the movie, but just seeing how that comes about. Namor, Tenoch Huerta already said that Namor is going to be identified as a mutant.
Yeah.
So that's good.
I think definitely going to do that.
I want to see the storytelling with that. Obviously, there's Doctor Doom references, possibly the post-credit scene, because a lot of that story comes from. Well, part of that story in this movie comes from when Doctor Doom invades Wakanda for the vibranium. So, and it makes sense that he might have hired Riri Williams to put the team together or create something to kind of dig through the vibranium that's in the ocean. It's so much with this movie that the possibilities are endless at this point, and you're already getting a lot of the comic vibes, especially that one scene where Namor is about to flood Wakanda. That's throughout the comics. That's when the Phoenix Force took over them. Like, man, it's just so much cool shit. Visually, it looks great, and I'm super hyped, and I hope it lives up to it.
Yeah. I am as well. Listen, they pulled off the wings on the feet. That's all I say. That's what they pulled it off.
And the way he moves, like you seen the way he moves, that dude is fast as shit.
It's like he's jumping through the air. That's dope. That's a dope way to pull it off. I think that you do this Wakanda Forever. You still have a Black Panther somewhere, but you kind of you want to talk about Namor and what was his life like. So I'm hyped about that. I don't know if you were going to talk about it or not, Speedy, but Ezra Miller is doing reshoots for The Flash.
I wasn't going to talk about it. By all means, bring it up, man. How do you feel about that?
Good.
I think that means it's a bad sign or good sign?
I think it's a good sign.
Okay.
I think they were going to cancel that film.
you don't think they are?
Yeah, I think they were going to cancel that film, and they're doing everything they can to save this kid, his life, first and foremost, and his career and this film. I think they believe in the film. And if Discovery is scratching everything else, there'd be no reason for them to say, well, we got to keep this movie. I think they're keeping the movie because they really think it could be the linchpin. I think they think it can reboot their whole universe. So I'm curious to see what the reshoots are and when this movie's going to come out. I'm guessing 2023 still?
Yeah. I mean, it's wild, man. Like, there's a
is it
version
February,
of this movie
right?
that's done that exists on a shelf somewhere over there.
Is it February or like spring?
It was February, but now that you're doing, now it says June 2023.
Yep.
Okay.
Next summer.
June 2023. Now, I don't think that was the original date. I think it was February or something like that.
Maybe.
So.
That would make sense. That would give the people finish some post-production, rendering and stuff like that, and and have the movie finished for the summer.
Yeah.
Finished. What do you think is the future of Ezra Miller after this? Do you think that's it? He's a wrap?
Oof. I can't tell, but my prediction is, I mean, I don't know how good that apology was that he made to Warner.
Yeah, it was a little iffy. It was like it's like I apologize not to apologize. Like the way my professor in college used to apologize, but not for not really.
So yeah, I think here's my theory. I think what they should do is, I mean, he was so much trouble, as of recent, and good thing that they had a strong team to kind of keep him away from all the bullshit that was going on. And kind of clear this whole thing up, put him in hiding, whatever they had to do to kind of make this thing kind of like go away for a bit.
Yeah.
But man, I think shit. You reboot it, bring Wally West.
Maybe. I think it's just because someone apologizes doesn't mean they're sorry. There you go. That's
Right. Yeah.
Definitely, I didn't hear no that he was sorry in that apology. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'm sorry I fucked this movie up.
Not even that. Maybe he's more sorry about that maybe than about his conduct in general.
That's what I'm saying.
What do you think, Tarek?
Listen, his career can survive after this. But it's not the age of Robert Downey Jr. where it's like, oh, you used to do like all this wild stuff, and it's been 4 or 5 years, and we're trying to see if you read. It's not that age. Like, we can kind of see everything you do.
Yeah.
So, if the movie's good, what do they say? Wins make everything disappear. If the movie's good and it's a hit, and he's the star, people say he went through a mental health thing. Sorry, they went through a mental health thing, and they're better now, and let's keep it moving. And then immediately we're going to focus on Henry Cavill and The Rock and move you to the back a little bit, and let's get some Ben Affleck in here. And we don't have to make you the centerpiece of this, but because we don't trust you. But I agree with Joey. I could definitely see a Wally West moment. Like, okay, first of all, listen, Wally West was the Flash in the Justice League cartoon.
Yeah, he was.
Where I was most familiar with. I mean, I knew the other Flash, but I got really, really familiar with Justice League and storylines from that cartoon from the 2000s or early 90s, whenever it was, late 90s or 2000s. So I don't think the world would be mad if it's Wally West instead of Barry. I can't remember his last name. Instead of Barry Allen. So he should tighten up, but like at some point it's not about his career, right? It's about like the project and people's safety, and your career is second second tier to all those other things. So
it's true. We'll see what happens, man. Hopefully we just get a movie, man.
I'll go for whatever Gal Gadot decides.
Yeah, she seems like the only sane person in the whole team.
I'm rocking with her. I'm rocking with Gal Gadot on this. Henry Cavill hadn't said shit. I'm rocking with Gal Gadot. And depending on how good Black Adam is, I may rock with Aldous Hodge on this.
There you go.
But whatever they say, whatever the Justice Society says, I'm in.
All right. Fair enough. I think we had everything we want to talk about today, ladies and gentlemen. Unless I'm forgetting something, guys, remind me.
I guess there was leaks from the new She-Hulk episode. Hulk and Abomination fight again.
Ooh, Hulk and Abomination?
Mm-hmm.
Not She-Hulk and Abomination?
Nope.
All right. I take that. That might would that redeem the show in your eyes, ladies and gentlemen?
It better be good.
Yeah.
None corny like, oh, he ruined by meditation and
he
probably gets taken over by the leader. The leader shows himself.
They got to bounce back from that last episode. That was definitely the worst episode of the series.
It was alright. It was okay.
Yeah.
My wife screamed when Charlie Cox came out. He's like, "Oh,
I'm sorry that Michaela's not here because apparently Michaela liked it."
Yeah. Well, she could give us her side, her take.
Yeah.
I called her, but I don't want her husband yelling at me, so
No, don't do that.
Yeah,
don't have him hulk out on you. You want to have him hulking out on you. There's nothing we can do.
It's 10
I'm
o'clock.
just leapfrogging.
Yeah,
I'm leapfrogging.
It's almost 10. Yeah.
Approaching witching hours, dog.
Yeah.
I think she's on vacation or something. I don't know what she's doing.
We're approaching the witching hour.
Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen. I think I said we had everything we want to talk about today. Andor. Anybody watching Andor? You guys?
I haven't watched it yet.
No.
Oh, I am watching Andor.
Yeah. Are you enjoying the trek to the heist still?
I am enjoying Andor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
doesn't even feel like a Star Wars show. It just
No, it
feels like a
doesn't.
show.
Yeah, it's just a
It feels
show.
like a show. It's like watching Narcos in space.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's like Narcos in space. It's like a gangster movie in space. A heist movie. It's like Ocean's
Yeah,
11 in space.
yeah. I'm very much enjoying Andor. I think, man, if we start taking tally, depending on how many more shows they have in them, you start ranking those Star Wars shows versus the Disney shows.
Mm-hmm.
Star Wars shows are kind of winning.
I don't know. And yeah, when we get this Mandalorian season 3.
Season 3, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, at some point, that damn baby Yoda's had to grow up now. Like, listen, I know they age slower, but I'm gonna get sick of infant Yoda. Like, at some point, I need
some vocabulary or something.
I need teenage group. You know what I mean? I need a group. This type of progression. I need a House of
the Dragon jump, time jump.
Time jump, yeah.
Yeah.
You need your Yoda to go through puberty.
Yeah. Minimum 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah, I need a Bill and Ted Yoda. I need like that type of voice. This little baby shit is like it's gonna get played. But.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what.
But yeah, no, I'm enjoying Andor. I think it's been very good. A lot of these shows, man, are being held up by the performances, not the story.
There you go. Thank you very much for bringing that out. Yes. Performances are definitely outshining everything, and even on shows that have better plots and seem like they have a better direction of where they're going.
Yeah.
But the performances, no matter what the show is, it just seems like everybody's just bringing their A game. They're like, I ain't gonna take the L here. You know what I mean? Like all the actors are just going out. I haven't.
Well,
go ahead.
One show we don't talk about too much. It's a testament to how the show is Lord of the Rings.
See, you will not stop carrying that Lord of the Rings flag. Go tell everybody.
I'm thugging it out with the Rings of Power.
Yeah?
I'm not. Listen.
You said it was painful last time. Last week you said it was painful.
It's not.
It's not for the weak of heart.
It's not I gotta watch this every week show.
Okay.
I could probably go a little time.
I saw the Sauron. I said like a little Sauron teaser in the trailer.
Please show the Sauron, dude, because this thing takes place like 2,000 years before any of the Lord of the Rings stuff we know.
Okay.
And it's like, okay, I really don't give a shit about about these people. And also in our science fiction world, C, the show C on Apple TV, that is approaching its final episode of the series. You guys can go back and binge that. And C has been good.
Okay. I need to catch
it has been good. I thought it was going to be played. I was like, okay, we get it. They have sticks, but they can hear.
Yeah.
And it's been good, man. It's not like, it's not like watching Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder fight each other or anything in the woods.
It's refreshing then. It's refreshing.
It's much better than that, you know what I mean? Okay. So that's been good. C has been good. A good time out there.
I need to catch up on C, definitely. Need to catch up on that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's it for today's show. We're going to sign off for now. Unless anybody got any chats, anything they want to say, bring to the show, whatever you like. By all means, do it now. Forever hold your peace. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining me today. Of course, let everyone know who's listening to the audio version of this. Let them know how they can follow you, Mr. Joey Franchise.
At Joey Franchise, Twitter, Instagram, and on Twitch.
And Mr. Tarek Lewis, let them know how they can follow you, sir.
And my name is Tarek on Instagram and on YouTube.
All right, of course, you can follow me at DJ Speedy JR, all the socials. Thank you so much. Follow the show, Geek Culture Congress. Put it together on Instagram, 3 words on Facebook. Give us a subscribe to our YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back next Monday with another show. We talk more House of the Dragon, She-Hulk, and whatever else is popping in. Of course, Andor, yeah, that too. And anything else that's popping.
And Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings, yes. I conveniently forgot that. Sorry. And everything else that's popping in our geek culture. Thank you so much for hanging out with us here today. Shout out to my homie Barry. Thank you so much for chiming in on the show, my friend. And we'll see you again next Monday. 9 p.m. is our new time for the live show now. You can catch us when you're all warm and cozy at home now. Yeah, on the East Coast at least. All right, have a good one, everybody. Be safe.
Peace.
Peace.